Check 1 2 Saturday, September 9th. Going to do a quick review on what happened last week and then also what I'm watching going into next week. So first, this is the daily chart. Let me hide these. So I was watching this zone right here I mentioned in last week's video. We were right here, and these wicks, I did not think we would break higher because of the wicks. I said if we did, it would take a lot of strong buying, and as you can see, we rolled down. I have this green line marked as this pivot, which is a key pivot, so I'm going to watch that. We're currently at the 9 and the 20 MA. This could be a head and shoulders, so I'm kind of watching that. I don't let those hold too much weight though. We're compressing. Each thing I have circled is when it reversed in a zone. This was in this zone, failed this zone. Buyer stepped in here, put it in a higher low, so wouldn't be surprised if we go all the way down here next week, or at least put in a higher low before we bounce higher, or hold this and then test this trend line. For the volume by price, we're in this curve right here from 630 to, I call this the bottom, 59, and you can see this where buyers stepped in. So, and then on the weekly, we kind of got a little wedge flag going on. This is the volume for the range we're in, holding this pivot and this curve, which is the range I mentioned before, 630 to 400. So if you look at the weekly profiles, I thought this was interesting. So just before summer, we were ranging, broke out, and then in June, new balance above the gap, and then rolled back down. So at the beginning of last week, we started as an inside week, and we closed last week as an inside week, and we're compressing, and that's from 415 to 415 to 548. So that's another thing that I am watching or keeping in mind. And the lots of negative delta the past 2 weeks. 11 days we spent in there, 134 points. Pretty much at the middle of this balance curve. On the daily, this was the balance we were in last week. We opened right here. On Tuesday night, we broke out of balance. This yellow line is support, and as you can see, we could not break above once we tested it on Wednesday. Broke down, and this untouched POC I'm going to watch as well. There's RTH and overnight POC right there stacked, and I have this pivot as a buyer's line in the sand at 414, which is right by here on the weekly one, and 414 is on the daily right around here. So 414 to 380 is where I expect buyers to step back in. But I have this highlighted because we have a low node right here from this is a volume from every bar in the chart. So the low node goes over and has confluence with this low node. Well, actually no, I just marked from the end of this curve from the day to the top to where there's this volume gap right here, and then that has confluence with this low node. So you have a day low node and a historical low node on top of each other, so that should act as good resistance. As you can see on Friday, we could not get into it, but if we do, I expect to see trouble here, at least that if we're going to go higher, if not back lower. But back to there, it's not going to go straight down, but you get it. So what else? Is there anything else on here? Just little, we failed to break above the close of, what day is that, whatever day that is, the other day. Couldn't break above the low of that day either. Once again, watching the head and shoulders, just lower highs. So I'd like to see a higher high on the daily and us to keep a higher low. So not lose this. And on the weekly looks good. I could see us chopping here. Well, a new candle would open next week, so doing something like this. That, not saying we're going all-time highs, but at least testing this pivot right here. Then we could fail there or whatever, but yeah, you could get that. And then, but no, from this I could see us just doing that and staying in this wedge. Just this wedge, yep. So I just look at these for fun. Daily bars, 10-minute or daily session profile. So RTH, ETH, RTH, ETH. So we've just been balancing the past few days in this range, kind of in the center of it. Let's see where the mid mark would be of it. So we're holding the golden zone, the 50% to 61. So that's nice to see. Just gonna take note of that. Last week, pretty much downtrend all week. Small little chop rally. Nothing too exciting though. This month, pretty much been going down, building value in 72 to 41. Inside from last month still. As well as inside weeks. On the 4-hour, these are all the zones and how they've been, the pivots failing in a zone. Buyers bought, buyers bought, buyers bought. The zone's green because it's green. It's in buyers in control now, but it failed here when there were sellers. Could say this is a zone and buyers came there. Zone was created, but buyers came there, buyers came there. New zone created, buyers came there. Sellers came there, buyers, sellers. Couldn't accept out on Friday, so that's key. So once again, 450 is on watch. Going to the 2-hour, same thing pretty much. Can just see how the zones are respected better. Crazy day right here. What day was that? Friday, a few weeks ago. And then the 30-minute. So I could see us putting in volume, filling out volume here to make a full curve. And with the confluence we have at the bottom of the curve would be this zone right here where buyers are known to step in, and the top sellers, so which is the old support. So yeah, I would watch it to range in here. And then still in this big 3-year curve. That's about it. Yeah, so that's about it. So just to summarize, main levels I'm watching would be the range from 415 to 548. And then, so we need to break over 75 and accept over it to be bullish. And to be, for the downside, we need to get below 30, 42 to 30. And then, yeah, break out of this wedge, whichever direction. One sec. So on Friday, basically this 5-minute chart balanced here for a long time. balanced here and balanced here. Pretty much a range day, very rotational. These are the 30-minute ranges. We spent the majority of the day inside of it. And yeah, that is about it. If anyone has any questions, drop a comment. Any ideas or anything else, let me know. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time.